Welcome to the deep dive. We're doing something a bit different today.
Oh,
Yeah, this whole deep dive is called AI Daily Deep Dive for today, Thursday, April 24th, 2025. And get this, it was researched and put together entirely by AI.
wow. Okay, so AI is generating its own news summary now.
Seems like it, but our goal is the same as always. Break down the key AI news nuggets so you know what's really going on.
Makes sense. Keep it clear and simple.
Exactly. We've got 5 big stories today. We'll just walk through them one by one.
Sounds good. Where do we start?
Let's kick off with Meta. There was this conversation between their CTO, Andrew Bosworth, and David George from Andreessen Horowitz.
Ah, yeah, boss. He's got some pretty forward-thinking ideas.
Totally. He's talking about a future where we're not glued to our smartphones quite so much.
Moving towards AI and wearables instead, like smart glasses.
Precisely. He actually predicted that within maybe 10 years, AR glasses could be how we mainly consume content.
That's ambitious, like feeling you're actually at a sports game sort of thing.
Yeah, that kind of immersive experience. Though he did say the really high-fidelity stuff might take longer.
Right, maybe simpler mixed reality first. That seems more achievable soon.
What I found interesting was his point that this isn't just about the tech itself. It's about what users need.
Focusing on the why.
Yeah. He thinks this whole AI wave is so big because it lets us interact more naturally, beyond just tapping a screen.
That makes sense. But shifting away from phones, that's a huge hurdle, isn't it? The whole ecosystem is built around them.
Definitely. And Bosworth acknowledged that.
Hmm?
He suggested maybe tethering new gear to smartphones for a while.
Like a bridge technology.
Exactly. And here's a really disruptive idea he floated. AI could basically kill the traditional app model.
How so?
Well, instead of opening specific apps, you'd just tell your AI what you want to do.
Okay. And the AI figures out the best way to do it.
Yeah.
Could be multiple services behind the scenes.
Right. Which could lead to this whole marketplace based on, performance and price for getting tasks done.
That would completely change how businesses operate online. He compared it to search engines, right?
Yeah, like maybe an initial golden era of innovation, followed by challenges like people trying to game the system.
Interesting parallel. And Meta's big on open source AI, too, like Llama.
Yeah, their thinking seems to be that sharing the basic models helps everyone innovate faster. Startups, researchers, everyone.
It's a bet on collaborative progress, but it's not all smooth sailing. He mentioned risks.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Big ones. Like, can they actually invent the tech needed? Will people adopt it? Can they build the whole ecosystem around it?
Plus the usual suspects, privacy, regulations.
Exactly. Social and regulatory hurdles, too. But he really stressed Meta's commitment, driven by Zuckerberg's belief in immersive tech.
It takes that kind of long-term vision and, frankly, deep pockets to try and make such a huge shift happen.
No kidding. Okay, let's shift gears. Story number 2. Adobe. They just had their Max London conference.
Right, and they roll out a bunch of new AI stuff for creatives.
What stood out?
Well, they're really doubling down on embedding generative AI into creative workflows. New Firefly models are a big part of that.
Firefly Image Model 4.
Yeah, and an Image Model 4 Ultra. The standard one is apparently faster, gives more control, does 2K resolution, pretty lifelike.
And the Ultra.
That's aimed more at the pros for really complex scenes needing super fine detail.
Makes sense. What about video?
They've made their Firefly video model generally available now, so you can generate 1080p clips from text or images.
Or tweak existing videos, too, apparently.
Right. And another interesting one, text-to-vector graphics.
Oh, powered by their Adobe vector model. So you can just type logo with a minimalist mountain range and get an editable vector.
That's the idea. For logos, patterns, that kind of thing, editable is key there.
Very useful. And they're not just using their own AI, are they?
No, that was quite interesting. They're integrating models from OpenAI, like GPT-4o, Google's Imagen 3, and VO2, even one from Black Forest Labs.
So bringing third-party AI into the Adobe suite.
Exactly. With plans for more integrations, it broadens the options for users.
And what about proving who made what, especially with AI involved?
Good point. They launched a public beta for content authenticity. It's a free app to add content credentials to work.
Like secure metadata, showing who the creator is.
Precisely. And importantly, this metadata gets automatically attached to anything generated by Firefly or their partner AI models within Adobe tools.
That seems crucial for trust and attribution.
Absolutely. So overall, Adobe's pushing hard on making AI a core part of creating images, video, vector graphics, streamlining things for creatives.
And they're committed to expanding this, refining the AI, giving users control, and doing it ethically.
Yeah, it really paints a picture of AI becoming sort of a co-pilot for creatives.
Okay, story 3 takes us in a slightly different direction. A study from Johns Hopkins.
Ah, yes, the one looking at how well AI understands social interactions, or how poorly, maybe.
Right. It seems while AI is great at spotting objects or faces,
It kind of falls flat when it comes to the messy, dynamic stuff of humans interacting.
Professor Layla Isaac was quoted saying, this is really important for things like self-driving cars, right? They need to predict what people might do.
Exactly. You need to understand intent, context. Are those two people arguing? Are they about to cross the street together? AI struggles there.
The study suggests it's because many AI models are built more like static image processors.
Yeah, they don't handle movement, relationships, the whole scene's context very well.
So what did the researchers actually do?
They showed short video clips of people interacting to both humans and over 350 different AI models.
Wow, 350 models.
Yeah.
And the results.
Pretty telling. Video models couldn't really describe the interactions accurately. Image-based ones couldn't reliably tell if people were even talking to each other.
Did language models do any better?
A bit, but only when fed human descriptions first. They still lacked that deep, nuanced understanding of the social dynamics.
It really highlights how much we humans pick up intuitively, doesn't it? Eye contact, body language, the situation.
Things AI just doesn't have inherent context for, like that autonomous vehicle example. Is that person alone, or are they talking to someone just out of frame? It matters.
And the researchers think the problem lies in the AI's basic architecture.
Yeah, they suggest maybe building AI using neural networks inspired by the parts of our brain that handle social cognition.
Fascinating. But that sounds like a long road.
Definitely.
Yeah.
Training AI on the subtleties of human interaction needs massive data sets and expertise from different fields. For now, we're still way better at reading the room.
Okay, fourth story. This one's about jobs, education, and value. An Indeed survey.
Right, the one finding that a lot of Gen Z and millennials are kind of questioning their college degrees.
Yeah, the numbers were pretty striking. Like 51% of Gen Z and 41% of millennials feel their degree was a waste of money.
Compared to only 20% of baby boomers, that's a big generational gap.
And it seems tied to cost, right? Tuition's doubled. Student debt is astronomical, nearly $2 trillion total.
Oof. Yeah, and the survey said 38% felt loans held them back more than the diploma helped them forward. Plus, what was it? Over half of Indeed's job postings don't even require a degree anymore.
Exactly. And there are millions of Gen Z folks not in education, employment, or training.
Plus, some degrees just take a really long time to pay off financially, if ever.
But there's another side. Christine Cruz-Vergara from Handshake argued college offers more than just the first job.
Right, like longer-term career growth, personal development, leadership skills. But she admitted colleges aren't great at selling that broader value.
And the networking aspect, too. Like Zuckerberg meeting his Facebook co-founders at Harvard, that's hard to quantify, but valuable.
True, but then there's the AI angle complicating things.
Yeah, the survey found 30% of grads, and even higher for Gen Z, 45%, think AI has made their degree less relevant.
That's a perception challenge. Though Ted Sarandos from Netflix had that quote.
Oh, right, about AI not taking your job, but someone using AI well might.
Exactly. Which points towards AI being more of an amplifier, a tool you need to learn. It doesn't necessarily replace the core skills from many fields.
So the takeaway isn't necessarily don't go to college, but more about continuous learning and adapting, especially with AI.
Pretty much. Lifelong learning seems key, regardless of your degree status.
Okay, final story. This one involves President Trump and a new executive order signed just yesterday, April 23rd.
Ah, the one focused on AI education for young Americans.
That's the one. The stated goal is pretty clear. Get young people skilled up in AI to keep the U.S. competitive.
So what are the main parts of the plan?
Well, a big emphasis is on bringing AI training right down into K-12 schools.
Starting early, demystifying it, building foundational skills.
Right. And also training the teachers, which is crucial if they're going to teach it effectively.
Makes sense. What about people already working?
The order mentions lifelong learning opportunities for professionals, too. And they've set up a White House task force on AI education to oversee it all.
A dedicated task force.
Okay.
Any specific programs?
Yeah, a couple of things. A presidential AI challenge to encourage student and educator achievements.
Like a competition or showcase?
Seems like it. and pushing for public-private partnerships to get AI resources and tools into K-12 schools.
So leveraging industry expertise and resources.
Exactly. The Secretary of Education is also directed to prioritize AI in grants for teacher training. And the National Science Foundation is told to focus on AI in education applications.
So funding and research directed towards this. And what about the workforce side, preparing people for AI jobs?
Yes, the Department of Labor is instructed to promote AI apprenticeships, possibly using financial incentives,
Hands-on training through apprenticeships.
and using existing workforce development funds like WIOA funding specifically for AI skill building.
Okay, redirecting existing resources.
Plus, getting labor, the NSF, and state workforce agencies to work together to identify good AI training programs and certifications, even starting in high school.
So trying to build clear pathways into AI careers.
Basically, yeah. It looks like a pretty comprehensive push to embed AI education throughout the system, from schools to workforce training.
All aimed at boosting AI skills across the board and keeping the U.S. at the forefront of AI innovation.
Right, so quite a range of developments today.
Definitely. From Meta's far future vision to Adobe's tools for today, AI's limits, degree debates, and now government education initiatives.
And that wraps up our AI Daily Deep Dive. We covered Meta's post-mobile ideas, Adobe's creative AI, the challenges AI faces with social cues, the shifting views on college degrees, and the new U.S. AI education plan.
A lot to think about.
Absolutely. Thanks for joining us for this AI-generated, human-discussed deep dive.